Toronto Raptors forward Jontay Porter, younger brother of Michael Porter Jr., is under investigation by the NBA following multiple instances of betting irregularities over the past several months. Multiple sources told ESPN on Monday. At issue are prop bets involving Porter from games on January 26th and March 20th. An NBA spokesman told ESPN that the league is looking into it. In the game on January 26th against the Clippers, there was increased betting interest on the under for Porter's props, which were for the night set around 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists. Also, over-under on Porter's made three-pointers was 0.5. That evening, Porter played just 4 minutes before leaving the game because of what the Raptors said was an aggravation of an eye injury he had suffered 4 days earlier. Porter did not score against the Clippers, but had 3 rebounds and 1 assist and did not attempt a 3, meaning the under hit on all the props. And the next day, as part of a daily report to users on betting results, DraftKings Sportsbook stated that the under on Porter's three-pointers was the biggest money winner for bettors for any NBA player props from the games that evening. Same thing happened in the March 20 game, when all the Porter props hit the under after he left the game early because the team said he was sick. Okay, so now you get the drift, Paul Pierce. Your thoughts on all of the above?
I mean, it's still under investigation.
Yes, it is.
Skip.
Yes,
so,
it is.
I don't want to really, but
No.
it seems fishy. Usually when people bet, don't they usually bet on the stars and
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't sports bet, so I don't know. But it seemed kind of fishy, so I don't want to really go too deep into this. But I hope it's not true, just for the integrity of the game. You hate to see, players have an influence on the game, on sports betting, and it's not a good look. So hopefully it's not true.
Okay, so let me try to play defense attorney in this situation, Skip. Number one, I hope, from a personal standpoint, he was not involved.
Right.
Meaning involved, like gambling and doing these sort of things, okay? Because it's not the risk. First of all, you'll never make the money that you make in playing in the NBA or any other professional sports the same way in gambling. That's not, it's not going to happen.
By the way, he makes $415,000 this year.
I understand that this year. But if he does what he's supposed to do, eventually he'll make some more money and it'll just keep going. So you'll never make that money. And you run the risk of losing your job. And then if it comes to something else, your ass might go to jail depending on how it shapes up. I'm not a gambler, so I really don't know in terms of sports betting. But what I would say in these situations, and I'm going to try to, you know me, Skip, I'm going to always try to give the players the benefit of the doubt in certain situations. Are you going to play tonight, Paul?
Maybe, maybe not.
You see what I'm saying, Skip? I asked Paul this as a friend. Paul tells me he may or may not play tonight. So now I can take that on a prop bet, for instance, if it's a prop bet that Paul plays. Or I say, how many minutes are you going to play?
Wait, you might take that on a team
sick
bet
tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's a little sick. He going to probably play 8 minutes.
My ankle bothering me.
I may take that in a conversation, and I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt to understand it. I may now take that information without him actually knowing that I bet all the time, because I ain't really telling him. I'm just asking him as somebody that I know, because that's happened to me many times in my career, just having conversations with my friends.
Absolutely.
Man, they going to get me the ball. I'm telling you, I'm going to have 10 catches this game. I don't freaking know if they going to bet. I don't care. I'm talking to my homies about what's getting ready to happen. I'm getting ready to cook Minnesota. They got bums at the safety position. We getting ready. I'm probably going to score the first touchdown. It's scripted. I'm not telling them to go gamble. We're just, they're my boys. We having real conversations. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe those are conversations that he's having. Now, when you get to the three-point shot thing, I don't have a defense for him not taking the three. Maybe he just felt that night he wasn't going to take no threes, and maybe he was having that conversation. I don't know. But I can surely tell you, as I sit here now, conversations are had with people about your performance, about your injuries, how you feel, what the coaches are doing with you, how many minutes you think you might play. Like, oh, man, I'm probably only going to play 10 minutes, dog. You might not, don't even come to the game, man. They not. And then you go and you lay that prop bet that he's going to play less than 10 minutes, and it comes to fruition.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, Skip. I'm not, I'm just telling you how these conversations go, and maybe that conversation is had, boom, and this happens. And even if the conversation isn't had with him, maybe it's had with his brother, or maybe it's had with his dad, and they happen to just have a conversation with somebody else down the pipeline that uses it to go gamble. Hey, man, what is Junior gonna do? Well, I don't know. I think Junior gonna play tonight. Well, what about Jontay? I don't think he's gonna play much. That's all. Go ahead, Skip.
Makes sense.
All right. So what you don't want to have happen is that he tells his friends to bet a whole lot of money on his unders because he will figure out how to be sick tonight or have an aggravation.
But then he needs to get kicked out the league for that.
Thank you. Okay. So that's the worst case scenario that could happen here as they investigate it. So why many moons ago back in your sport, why did they start to really hold teams accountable for that list that you have to release? Yes. Because you have to declare on whatever day it is, Thursday, Friday, you have to declare, is Keyshawn doubtful or questionable for the game? Or is he probable for the game? And they're trying to take the onus off the trainers who could be targets of the gamblers because the gamblers might pay the trainer a whole lot of money to disclose what your injury status and situation actually is. So if the teams declare it, such as LeBron tonight is doubtful. When we hear doubtful, we're like, he ain't playing.
And it jumps to 8.5.
Yeah, all of a sudden it goes way up to 8.5. If he's playing, I guarantee you that would be a 3 or 4 point spread. He's worth about 4 points because he gives you a way better chance, obviously, of winning at Milwaukee. Okay, so this is all a brave new world to me because I've been through a lot of betting scandals in the past. You can go back. There was a great movie back, I don't know when it was, in the 60s. James Caan did a movie called The Gambler, and it's about fixing games. Then we've seen college basketball scandal after scandal. I went through one at Northwestern, a college basketball scandal when I was in Chicago, where the kids got paid just to fix the game, but there were no prop bets yet.
Remember Headache at Arizona State? Remember that whole deal?
Do you?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I remember Arizona State.
Okay, because the kids start betting themselves just on games and they get in trouble and the gamblers say, the bookmakers say, well, hey, do us a little favor here. If you'll make sure that you guys are, your 8 point favorites, just bring it in under 8 and guarantee that it's going to come in under 8 and we'll let you off the hook for what you owe us. Okay. And you're point shaving because you're going to just, miss shots on purpose or turn the ball over on purpose. Okay, so that was a team situation, a game situation fixed by players. Well, there were no prop bets. Now the individual player can fix his own game within the game. It's a game it's a little tiny game. Is Jontay Porter just playing a little tiny game that nobody cares about except the people?
He got poked in the eye, though.
Yeah.
Well, he got hit in the eye.
All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe he was actually hurt. That's what they're trying to figure out. Did he actually aggravate his eye injury or not? Was he actually sick or not? Maybe it was just good luck. But why was so much money bet on him, on this guy?
Those 2 games.
Yeah, on those 2 games. A whole lot of money was bet. And
it wasn't a lot bet on the 3 that he wouldn't take a 3?
Well, it's just on all of his unders.
All of his unders.
Yeah. But especially on the 3.
I don't know, man. Maybe he, like I said, maybe he's just communicating with him. I just hope he's not betting himself. Yeah. That's what I hope.
Yeah. But now you got every player is on the hot seat here because you got to watch every player with his little prop bets. Is Paul going to take, what would your over-under be on 3s? Would you take 4 a game?
4 threes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember when you had told me that. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Whew.
Yeah.
I hope it's not true, though.
Yeah, I hope it's not true. Hope it's just in.
Some interesting points made by all 3. Of course, where there's smoke, there may be a little fire. Porter, I assume, wasn't foolish enough to try to actually place the bet, but some information definitely got out. My question is, why is DraftKings offering a prop bet on a player who may only get 4 or 5 minutes? Bettors, I'm a bettor. We pick up those trends if a player is going to play or not. And then it's very tight. It's a very tight line, him shooting a three-pointer with 3 or 4 minutes to play, hard to determine if he's going to do that or not. And then why did that become the most winning bet prop of the night? So not only just maybe his boys or his associates had information, everybody got the information. I mean, DraftKings offering this bad line. A lot of sportsbooks are not offering these lines on these players who are only getting 3 or 4 minutes. Porter did say he was able to turn $5,000 into a couple $100,000 on stocks. So you can tell he's probably a gambling man. But I'm going to give Porter the benefit of the doubt on this one. I don't think he's crazy enough to blow his career. He can count. He know the numbers. Prop bets are usually capped at a couple $1,000s, maybe $2,000. When I look at my accounts that I have, my prop bets are capped at $2,000. I can only win another $2,000 if I win the prop. It's how the game is going to be going forward. Players got to be smart. Bettors are being smart. There's a lot of information out there. And him going under 5.5 points after a night he got poked in the eye. Come on. Him not shooting a three-pointer and making it after he got poked in the eye. If you've ever been poked in the eye, it's a tough injury. It's hard to play. Just light from a room hurts it. I'm going to give Porter the benefit of the doubt. Subscribe, share. All those things are greatly appreciated.